If you want to level up your life and unlock the hottest, highest, and healthiest version of yourself, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to today's episode of Hot and Unbothered. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my podcast. If you are new here, my name's Bri or Brianna, either one you want, and welcome to Hot and Unbothered, the ultimate podcast to unlocking the highest version of yourself, visualizing your dream life, and getting there. So if you guys are dedicated to locking in for the new year, deciding who it is you want to be, deciding who your dream self is, and learning how to show up as her every single day, just go ahead and hit the follow button already on the podcast. Join us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I have a group chat on my Instagram for all of the girlies who want to be their hot and unbothered self this year and keep each other accountable. So don't forget to join that. We're going to be covering all the bases on how to level up this year mentally, physically, spiritually, energetically, all of the above. Just an overall New Year glow up guide to level up and become your hottest, highest self for 2025. Like I said, there's multiple bases to cover. We're going to talk physical, we're going to talk mental, we're going to talk emotional, energetic, because magnetic energy is so real and it's so achievable for you in the new year. But before we dive into today's episode, you guys know I love to share a podcast review really quick. Today we have one from Piper on Spotify, and she said, "Hi, just finished listening to this podcast, and oh my gosh, it changed my perspective so much. You are like the older sister I have never had. After school today, I was so stressed and depressed, but you helped me realize that I should be grateful for where I am right now. So grateful that I found your podcast because it truly changed my life. Love, Piper." Piper, I love you so much. You are so sweet, and I'm so glad that my gratitude message reached you. I think that gratitude is such an important thing to practice on a daily basis. It is literally life-changing, and it's a magic secret hack that once you really learn how to master gratitude, you can get whatever you want in life, babes. So I believe in you. You got this. All right, let's get into it because we've got lots of bases to cover, starting with physical glow up. Now, obviously, beauty is only skin deep, so I don't just mean how you look physically, but also about how you feel. If you feel good physically, your body, your face, your energy will all reflect that. It's all a mirror. So instead of focusing on what we look like, you want to focus on how you feel. Do you feel healthy? Does your body feel nourished? Do you feel like you moved enough today? Does your body feel happy? Or does it feel sluggish, tired, lethargic? Does it feel like it doesn't want to do anything? Does it feel like you haven't gotten up out of bed in days? You be the judge. Starting with the wellness and fitness factor, I want you guys to make sure you're setting realistic workout goals for yourself. That is honestly one of my number one tips for you guys, because if you don't set realistic goals for yourself, like for example, I try to hop in to 75 hard like last week after I hadn't been working out independently in months. Like I have been so off my game, so off my routine, out of my mojo. And then I'm like, let me just start 75 hard. And I did like the first 3 days, if anything. Since I knew in the back of my head that these goals weren't that realistic for me, I wasn't bummed out when I didn't achieve it. Like I wasn't like, oh, I have to do this because I'm so close to this goal. It was never really that attainable for me to begin with. Obviously, you can do anything you set your mind to, baby. But for me and my schedule and everything I had going on in life at the moment, it wasn't in the cards. And I feel like I knew that. So instead of being like, let me work out 5 times a week and just have that broad, very vague goal, instead, I want you guys to set goals based on how you want to feel. I think in the gym world, it's perfectly okay to have goals based on aesthetic, right? That's why a lot of people go to the gym for their aesthetic and physique. But first and foremost, it's about how you feel, because if your body doesn't feel good, it's not going to look good. So what I need from you guys is to decide, how do I want my body to feel? I want my body to feel well rested. I want it to feel nourished. I think nourished is a very good word. I want it to feel healthy. Obviously, I want it to feel lively and young for as long as I can. Think of those adjectives that you want your body to feel like and make sure you're doing things that make you feel like that. If you do a really exhaustive HIIT workout class and afterwards you feel like you're dying, you feel like you can't catch your breath, you feel like you need an inhaler in emergency room, maybe that's not the best for you. But some people, they thrive off those classes. They feel great, the serotonin, dopamine levels, whatever, after an intensive cardio class. Some people love that. But for some people, that's not it. So you need to be doing things that you enjoy, because if you're forcing your body to do things that your body doesn't want to do, I feel like you're going to have a stress correlation. with the gym or the workout. So create a healthy relationship with working out, fitness, and then once you decide how you want to feel on the inside, then you can go forward if you would like to with these goals. Maybe some people, they want to feel more toned, cut down on body fat. Maybe people want to gain more muscle and do a bulk. Focus on that too, but first and foremost, you have to focus on how your body feels, okay? But be specific with your goals and write down the steps that you're gonna take to get there. If you want your body to feel healthier or more well nourished, maybe eating McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner isn't gonna cut it for you. Maybe skipping breakfast and only having like one big meal a day, that's not going to cut it for you either. Your body is not going to like you for that. So set yourself up with a consistent routine. My next episode is going to be more about consistency, routine, being productive, things like that. But I'll lightly touch on it's super important to have a routine, especially when it comes to being consistent with your health and wellness goals. So again, being on a good eating schedule, not skipping meals. It's actually really bad for your metabolism to skip meals. Think of your body as a car, and the food that you put in your body is the fuel. It's the gas that you're filling up in your car at the gas tank. If you hit the lowest possible gas, like cheap gas, your car is not going to run as well as it would when you put in the expensive premium luxury gasoline, okay? It's just science. If you put good stuff into your body or your car, it will run better and feel smoother. So I think of that analogy often. I don't restrict when it comes to food like that in any extreme ways. Eating intuitively, working out intuitively. And what that means is eating or doing what you feel is best for your body in this moment. So some days, maybe your body needs a little more of a sugar kick. So you're going to eat some fruit, or maybe you're going to have a piece of candy or a cookie or something like that if you're feeling like you're low on blood sugar. Other days, you might feel like you need a big steak if you're on your period or something like that. You know, I feel like it's really important to eat and act intuitively. And while we're on the topic, again, since we're approaching the new year, if you're anything like me, you've probably made some goals for your physical, mental, emotional glow up. But let's be real, sometimes we can try as hard as we want, but no matter how hard we do, these things don't always go as planned. So maybe that's your clothes not fitting right. Maybe you've tried those quick fix diets and it's just not making a difference for you whatsoever. I know we've all been there, but what if you could get personalized support to reach those health goals you've been dreaming of? That's where today's sponsor, Hers, comes in to make your fitness goals feel more achievable and tailored towards you. So it starts with a free online consultation with a healthcare provider who listens to your goals and creates a plan that works for your lifestyle, your body, and your own unique needs. They'll recommend things like GLP-1 injections, oral medication kits, whatever fits your life the best to give you the support you need to make this your year for change. Plus, you get a weight loss program that's been created by specialists specifically for you who really know their stuff, and you can message your provider anytime that you need a little guidance. No pressure, just lots of support. Don't wait for someday or next year to start. Start today. Head to tryhers.com/Brianna Gomez to take the first step towards a healthier you. Let's make this the beginning for you to finally achieve the results you deserve. But set yourself up for a general routine. So for eating, having 3 consistent meals, eating breakfast within the first 30 minutes of waking up, eating 30 grams of protein within the first 30 minutes of waking up, the 30-30 rule. Mind blown, you guys. The things it did for my mood. One of my best friends, she usually has like sugar for breakfast. I don't know if it's like something sugary cereal, something like that. But I told her about eating protein more and how important it is, especially if you're trying to reach your wellness or fitness goals. And she said that she had 2 hard-boiled eggs or deviled eggs or something for breakfast. And she was practically bouncing off the walls with energy. Like she was emptying the dishwasher, cleaning her room, doing all these things. All because of protein. Your body wants protein. And if you want noticeable results, again, this is not just about how you look, but also how you feel energy-wise, mindfulness-wise. You want to make sure you're being consistent. So consistent with your meals, consistent with your workouts. Instead of that just like, oh, I'm only going to work out on days that I feel like it. Do workouts that you enjoy, but maybe add these workouts to a consistent routine. If you like your yoga class, tell yourself you're going to do your yoga class 2 times a week at the exact same time because you need to get your body used to that rhythm. I think what set me behind in my fitness goals was I started working out only when I felt like it. And even when I felt like it, I wasn't working out. Like I was like, oh, I'm so tired. Like I fall through this vicious cycle of like, oh, I wake up one day, I'm so tired, so I'm too tired to make my breakfast. And then I didn't have a good breakfast, so I don't feel like working out. And then I repeat the cycle over and over and over again. Stop making excuses for yourself. You have to set yourself up for success with a healthy routine. That's if you want noticeable change and noticeable results. If you're just doing it, to feel good and move your body, do whatever feels best for you. I'm not forcing you to work out, no one is, but if your goals are to make a change, a visible change, or change that you can feel, you need to be consistent and you need to set yourself up with a routine for eating, for sleeping, for working out, for walking, everything. But again, I want to emphasize finding movement you actually enjoy is so crucial. Again, if you do these crazy cycling classes because all the cool kids are cycling nowadays, but you're in that class and you feel like you're dying, and you dread it and you have an anxiety attack every time you have to go to spin class, maybe that class isn't for you and that's okay. I feel like we're kind of in this cycle right now with social media where everyone's just kind of doing things because of everyone else is doing it. I feel like, honestly, I just define social media. But, if your favorite influencer, they love doing Pilates, but then you took a Pilates class and you absolutely despised it and you gave it a fair shot and you don't like it and you get anxiety to go to Pilates, you don't have to go to Pilates. Just because it's someone else's thing doesn't mean it's going to be your thing. So that is totally okay. Try a bunch of different things. I think that's the fun thing about figuring out your fitness jam is giving it trial and error. Try a bunch of different classes. There's ClassPass, or you can join a gym that offers different classes, or even better, find a friend, a little buddy system who has a gym pass or some sort of class pass where they can bring guests and you can kind of try it out with them. There's a lot of gyms that do free trials or classes that do free trials as well. So highly recommend looking into that and just seeing what is your perfect fit, because once you do find that workout that you truly enjoy or that environment that you feel that you can grow in, it is the best feeling ever. And you look forward to this gym time or workout time, and it's like your little escape or your thing you look forward to for the day. And also, you can make friends there. So it's also a social hack, okay? Imagine how cute, like you have your little yoga friends, your Pilates friends, your gym friends, your dance friends. I think that's so special. This also works because it helps you keep each other accountable. If you and I have a plan to go to yoga class every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m., I'm not going to bail on you, girl. We have plans. This is my social time. Make this your time to see your yoga bestie, whoever, and that way you're held accountable. Someone is waiting for you to show up. Someone is looking forward to seeing you. Don't miss out. For your career, they say if you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Same thing with your exercise. Obviously, we should push ourselves sometimes and have discipline, but you should enjoy it to an extent. You shouldn't feel miserable when you're working out. Just saying, you should feel liberated and energized after your workouts. If you can't afford the gym, I have a funny little hack. Get a job at a gym. That's literally what I did because my boyfriend was taking me to the gym. We weren't even dating yet. And I was like, I really just want to get into the gym by myself now. He took me to his gym, did the thing, showed me what I need to do. I learned the ropes. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be able to just go with you. So I got a job at a gym, and then you get a free membership most times. Or again, get a job at a Pilates studio, front desk, life hack. Hello. I want to talk about rest and recovery as well, which I feel like isn't touched on enough just because be disciplined, have your gym routine, show up. The rest is actually more important than the workout. So let me give you a little lesson really quickly. When you're working out, you're essentially tearing the muscles and then they're building up stronger. That's how you grow muscle. Your muscles will not grow or repair themselves if you don't rest. The rest is so important. Again, with the eating too, eating your protein is important. All of the factors work simultaneously. If you were to just work out, maybe you would look good, but you would not feel good. If you really want to maximize your results and feel a change, you need to rest and recover. So that's why not pushing yourself too hard to the point where you're working out 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, that's not too good. You need a rest day, but you can make it an active rest day. So for your active rest day, you could do a hike. You could dance around, take a dance class, something fun, just something light. You could even dance around cleaning your house, something that's moving your body. Don't rot in bed, but get up, but you don't have to lift crazy weight or anything like that. Your body still deserves a break. With sleep, that is so important. Our bodies repair while we sleep. I say this every time I mention sleep, but that's something I'm working on myself too. Can't be hypocritical. Same thing with stretching and warming up, right? We need to stretch. If you can get into a sauna, steam room, cold plunge, anything like that, those things make the biggest difference. Even taking a cold shower yourself, that will do wonders for your body as well. Another thing I recommend looking into for my girlies is cycle syncing. Cycle syncing is pretty cool. If you guys don't know, we have 4 phases of our regular cycle. Most of us are on around 28-day cycles. Men, for example, are on a 24-hour cycle, meaning they can be go, go, go and feel the exact same way every single day. We, on the other hand, are going to feel different every single day of our lives, which is so fun. For that, there's something called cycle syncing that I highly recommend looking into. If you guys would be interested, I can definitely do an episode about cycle syncing and my hormonal imbalance and birth control journey, all these things, because it was a roller coaster, I will say that, but I've regulated my hormones at least a little more than they were. It's getting better. Cycle syncing is essentially getting your body in tune with your cycle and designing your routine for working out, for eating, for resting, literally based around your cycle. There's parts of our cycle where we feel more creative, more productive, and then there's parts like during your luteal phase where you feel like the world is ending and no one should get in your way. Otherwise, it's dangerous. If you are on your ovulation or follicular phase, you're doing more energetic workouts, and then you're taking it easier when you're in your luteal or menstrual phase. If that's something that's an obstacle for you, I know some people who they're totally fine during all their phases, and I'm like, good for you. But personally, me, no. I highly suggest grocery shopping. This can make such a difference in your physical glow up because your skin will glow. When we're eating out fast food or even at nice restaurants, you don't know what kind of oils or anything they're putting in these food, anything they're adding. So you want to be really careful, and it will make a huge difference if you start trying to eat a little more at home, because then you could see exactly where your food's coming from, exactly what oils or anything else that's processed is going into it. So go grocery shopping. There's this grocery list I want to share with you guys. It has like, okay, this many avocados, this many eggs, and it's like this grocery list. If you have these things on your grocery list, you will literally be golden. You'll feel great. You will look great. I'll paste it right here, but highly recommend giving it a try. If you really want to feel good, try your best to limit your caffeine and alcohol intake, any stimulants. I don't know if you guys smoke or anything like that, but try and keep it at a minimum at least. I'm not going to sit here and be like, snap your fingers and break your addiction to caffeine or whatever it is, but try your best to wean off it a little bit. Just because me personally, I don't want to be in need of anything in life. Even coffee, like I don't want to be one of those people who's like, oh, I need my coffee, I can't function. I actually don't drink caffeine at all. Like I didn't swear it off, like, I've never had a sip of alcohol, so I'm not drinking alcohol. It's not like that, but like I don't drink caffeine. It's not in my routine, never has been, mainly because I don't want to be reliant on it. I want to know that I can function without it. I highly suggest at least making substitutes for things. So if you do love your coffee, maybe try and switch it out for a matcha, and then switch the matcha out for a nice tea or something like that. That's just a little bit better for you. I know those mushroom teas are super popular. Obviously, make it accessible and realistic for your own lifestyle. But again, trying to make those little substitutions can go such a long way. I think it's also about balance. I don't know if you guys have heard 80-20, if 80% of your life and your daily lifestyle is working hard, being super disciplined, being super consistent with your eating, your gym, your work, whatever, if you, for that 20% on the weekend, need to go to a friend's birthday, you go out, you have a couple drinks, or you party or whatever, that's okay. You don't have to force yourself to miss out on things that are enjoyable. Personally, I think that if you spend 5 out of the 7 days of the week working hard, being consistent, being disciplined with your routine, you deserve a little fun too, whatever that means for you. While we're on the topic of wellness, I'm going to mention a little bit of self-care, just having a maintenance routine in general. And I don't mean you have to get your nails done all the time or get your hair trimmed every 2 months. Do whatever makes you feel good. Self-care is completely subjective. Do whatever makes you feel like you're loving and caring for your body, but have some sort of maintenance routine where you feel like you're upkeeping yourself. So maybe for you, that's getting your eyebrows done. Maybe it's washing your hair a certain amount of times. Maybe it's just filing your nails or giving them a good buffing, doing your laser hair removal, getting your eyelash extensions. Maybe you do a lip scrub. Maybe you do white strips. Maybe you do a face mask. There's so many different things in the maintenance routine, but that maintenance routine plays a major role in your confidence, not just because of how you look, but because you're putting some self-care, love, and time back towards yourself, and that is magnetic energy. Some really good wellness hacks that I've tried this past year that really work for me in my routine. Number 1, oil pulling. Okay, coconut oil, spoonful of coconut oil from the jar, like the solid kind, straight into your mouth. You might be kind of weirded out by the texture at first, but once you get over that, it'll be a liquid, and you switch that around for your mouth. I do about like 10 minutes, but you can do 10, 20, however many you can, and spit the coconut oil out in the trash can when you're done, not your sink pipes because it'll clog your sink pipes. But this is really good for your gum, oral health, things like that. I had a root canal actually like a year and a half ago. I hated it. And now I'm scared of those kinds of things. And I felt a difference. I felt a difference in my gum health and like pain irritation from oil pulling versus not. So try that. Also, apple cider vinegar water with lemon juice, a tablespoon of each, and a little bit of honey diluted with water. Chef's kiss is going to be so good for your metabolism and your skin will glow. Also, just eating a lot of fruits, veggies, cucumber, carrots, those things do wonders for the skin. I need to get on that too. Dry brushing is also a great self-care act as well. It's basically a form of lymphatic drainage. You can get a dry brush for so cheap and just dry brush before the shower. It also helps with your overall body circulation. So I think that covers everything for our health and wellness portion. Now let's move on to a little bit of fashion things that can really help you level up. One, overall, your sense of style. Having your own personal sense of style is the most that girl thing. Like, stop going for trends. Stop going for things that you don't really like. You just like it because someone else has it. Do you collect inspiration of things that make you feel happy, that make you feel confident and comfortable? Wear those things. And also know what hair, makeup, styles fit you the best. I think knowing what clothes and makeup, hair looks good on you and flatters you, compliments your body type, your skin type, your hair type, that goes so far. I always tell you guys this. My friend one time had someone compliment her in a way that she said, "Your clothes fit you so well." And I'm like, that is such a good compliment because I feel like I have a lot of clothes that don't fit me that well. Wear clothes that fit you, that make you feel confident, that make you feel like your best self, like you can conquer the world. Like I feel like all of us have that one outfit that's our favorite outfit. And like when you wear that outfit, you're having a good day. It's your confident day. You just know you look cute. You didn't even have to try. Find more of those. Also, just accessorizing. I feel like that can really help with leveling up your style and just kind of elevating looks. That's going to lead us into the mental glow up. So when it comes to a mental glow up, one thing I just want to say, become educated. When I was in school, I will say I took my education for granted. Like, I feel like when you're in school, you're like, "Ugh, school, like you don't want to learn, you don't want to do the work, you don't want to study." This is going to sound cliche, but when you're out of school, like I realize it's so fun to learn. I love learning about things and learn about things that you're passionate about. Maybe that's about some other country that you have an odd fascination in. Maybe it's learning a new language. I think that is so attractive. Knowing multiple languages, that's such a great thing to add to your skill set. Or learning about a specific religion or a specific person, something in history, learning about your ancestors. Like that is so amazing. There's so much you can do with your education and just having knowledge. Like you don't even have to major in it, but I'm just saying knowing things and being knowledgeable about random things is so attractive. Read about them, research them. Listen to a podcast about it, watch a YouTube video about it with your free time instead of like taking in brain rot and watching some video about like, I don't know, something that doesn't matter. I've been trying to watch things that are educating or listening to podcasts or listening to something about religion or anything like that that I find interest in or that I want to know more of. But like, be curious about the world, about your life. Like exit la la land, look at the real world and be like, what do I want to know more about? What doesn't make sense to me and let me learn more about it. And also like when you're in a debate or something like that, a heated conversation about something controversial, being able to just like state facts and like don't even worry about it being fact checked, that's so iconic. So iconic. Same thing with skills. Again, languages, sports, cooking. If you practice cooking and you just have a little recipe that you can whip up, that is the most Pinterest, that girl, it girl thing I've ever seen. Learning an instrument. People who can play instruments are just automatically smarter than you. Just developing a diverse skill set for your mind and your body and your hobbies is so attractive. Less screen time and phone time and more like actually doing things. And also designate scheduled you time. This plays a huge role in your mental health. I feel like we can be so occupied with our hobbies, with our side hustle, with our social life, with our main career, with our family. A lot of us forget to add to the calendar, to the planner, you time. It's so important to have you time to unwind, to spend time alone with your thoughts, all that good stuff. And that's a huge reflection of the self-care aspect I was saying. Self-care is truly so important for your well-being physically, mentally, and emotionally. So take yourself on dates, have a little spa night by yourself, take yourself out to watch the sunset, do a little journaling session, talk to yourself. These things might sound silly, but this makes the biggest difference in your mental health as well well as your energy levels. And that brings us to our final pillar for today, energy. Your energetic glow up, you guys. It's so possible yet so powerful, and not enough of you are doing it. So your energetic glow up, one, let me just say, energy is completely transferable. Everyone else is a reflection of their own energy. And when you are being all skittish or not confident or you don't believe in yourself, everyone else can pick up on that energy. So we need to work on leveling up our energy and our self-concept so that other people pick up on our positive magnetic energy. So I want you guys to stop. I say this every time, but visualize the highest person of yourself. This is your exercise, your homework every single day. Think of who you want to be and be specific. 5 years from now, I hope that I have some form of my own business. I hope I'm still doing my podcast, but I hope that I moved out. Maybe I have a family or a husband, but I hope that I am an organized baddie. I hope that I'm productive. I hope that I have a busy schedule, but like with enough time for self-care. I do hope that I spend a lot of time with my loved ones, but focusing on myself and my career at the same time. Just be super specific. Like, what does the day-to-day look like? If she were to write a biography about herself, what would she say? Okay. And then take out the space in between of you and your dream self. Because at the end of the day, these are just adjectives. If I describe my dream self as productive, why can't I start being productive right now? I can, but I feel like so many of us were like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start next month, next week, next year. You just keep pushing it back and back and back. There's things that you can do today that your future self would do. So I don't know why you're not doing them. You tell me that. And a huge thing to practice with your energetic level up is stop saying what you're going to say and just do it. Because if you have these dreams and these goals for yourself, but you don't do anything about it, you're all talk, girl. You have to do something about it. And you don't have these dreams or these ideas for no reason. You're getting inspired because your future self already has these things and it's calling to you and it's begging you to just lock in and start. Another energetic glow up task I have for you guys is to detach from what is no longer serving you. Definitely look into the law of detachment. Just learning how to assess a situation. And if you look at something and it's not serving you, it's not doing you any good, it's not filling your cup, you can walk away. You can cut those ties energetically. So I really want you guys to review and assess what your year looked like this year and say, is this something that I want to take into 2025 with me? Because if it's not, it's okay to close that chapter and leave it behind. It's okay to do that. Change is so necessary. And again, with your energy, self-concept so important. And I think that detaching from things that are no longer serving you is one of the most magnetic forms of self-care. That is an act of self-care in its own. When you are in situations where you are constantly putting yourself first, as you should, you're placing yourself on the pedestal and no one else, that in itself is an energetic glow up. People can sense that it girl, hot and unbothered energy. Overall, more energetic practices, just manifesting, breath work, visualization, listening to high vibrational frequencies. They literally have them on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Put on a little 10-minute meditation before you go to bed. Practice your gratitude. Of course, you already know I have an entire episode about gratitude. And overall, prayer, journaling, reflecting, super, super important. But I want you guys to reflect on this year that you just had and again decide, what is it that you're going to leave behind this year? And what is it that you're going to take with you? And what is it you're going to accomplish in 2025? I believe in you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to leave a review for your chance to be featured in next week's episode. I'm doing a giveaway if you guys want me to send you some free presents. Just make sure you rate the podcast, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Spotify, follow my TikToks and Instagrams at Brianna Gomez with 2 B's and Hot Unbothered. Of course, we have a little group chat that we're going to keep ourselves accountable and we're all going to show up and show out and keep each other to it. I love you guys so, so much. I hope you all are having a happy holiday season and I will see you next Bri-day. Bye. Mwah.